real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, welcome everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining my live stream today. The subject is, have you purchased your ticket to the Philippines yet? You know, I'm going to wait till a few more people get on before we get started. I want to say thank you to the NTZ crew. I see you on here, Jacob Tanjay. I'm sure that Beach of Life will be on here in a minute. There he is, Beach of Life. Thank you, Michael, for checking in. We're also going to give an update on John's situation. And I sent a link to his girlfriend, Janessa. I asked her just to come on here and say thank you to everybody for all your love and support. I hope she does that. The first thing, man, that I saw today was kind of, man, it was shocking. Miss USA 2019, Chesley Christ committed suicide, man. Jumped off a 60-story building in Midtown Manhattan and committed suicide, man. I'm thinking, wow. What's going on in the West, man, when a beautiful woman with everything to live for commits suicide, man? What's going on over there, guys? You know, I mean, this lady was a civil attorney, you know, former Miss USA, Miss Universe America, 30 years young, man, beautiful, and jumps off of a 60-story building. Man, my condolences, man, to her family on the loss of this beautiful young lady. Hey, Sam Champion, good morning. Have you moved to the Kentucky? You know, there's an old song, a man in Kentucky sure is lucky to live down in Bowling Green. What's up, Michael? I'm going to send you that new page 1 of the application today. My girlfriend's going to print that out for me. Michael Onstadt. Yeah, I'm upgrading my health insurance over here, guys, and it doesn't have anything to do with John. I mean, that just reaffirms it because I'd already been talking to Michael about it. Ricky Parker says, is there a national holiday here today? Yeah. Well, I think it's Chinese, the beginning of Chinese New Year, and I'm almost sure the banks are closed and everything. Hey, John Kennedy, thanks for joining us. Just a little update on John. YouTube did do the analytics, and we, you know, by the time they took out all that they're going to take out and everything, we raised $1,770 US. And I'm going to turn every peso over to Janessa. I've already sent her 67,000 pesos. That's enough for her to get the body cremated. Now, I asked her to come on here because I wanted to ask her some questions. I took that money out of my bank account, by the way, because if you don't understand, when we do super chats, we're paid the following month. So we did that last week, which was January. I'll get paid for that February 21st. But because she needed it, I went ahead. I'm going to give it to her. So I owe her about 35,000 more. And the banks aren't open today, so I can't get it. So I'll send it in the morning, which will be Wednesday. So altogether, guys, we've collected about 102,000 pesos, which is a lot of money. And let me say this, guys, you know, we've done enough, okay? I haven't heard from the family. I don't know what they're doing. People have asked me about the GoFundMe page. I don't have anything to do with that. That's John Jr.'s doing. And hopefully he'll do the right thing and send that money to Janessa once that's over. But I have no knowledge or anything, any answers. I can't answer about that. But thank y'all so much, guys. I mean, really, I think it just shows how much love and respect y'all have for John, because I wrote down here, it says, it said, we did say, thank you so much for the love and support in this situation. We did well by John. He was always shocked when I told him how popular he had become. And this is just a sign of that, guys. But I think we've done enough. I mean, his family just hasn't contacted me. I don't know what they're going to do. And I don't know if they've seen what we're doing and saying, hey, let them do it. But I don't think that's fair. I don't think we should have to do everything 100%. You know, we have no authorization. We have nothing like that, guys. So thank y'all so much. I think we've done enough. I really appreciate it. And like I said, including PayPal and the Super Chats, man, 102,000, man. You need to give yourself a round of applause, man. A pat on the back, man. It's truly amazing that we could come together like that. Hey, Franz Prazio Jr., I included you in my video, my latest video. He said, what's up, Calvin? Thanks for the super chat. He said, that's what the hamster wheel would do to you if you let it. Sad she was beautiful. Yeah, man. I'm really shocked about that. I'm thinking, now, a woman who has everything going for her, man. Maybe there was some skeletons in the closet or something. I don't know, Franz, but I was talking about you being 6'5". I talked to you yesterday, and you said, man, I can't ride in economy. I'm going to have to do business class. And I got some information for you. Another one of my subscribers, Arvel Hedrick, he sent some information. He says, go on Momondo.com, Momondo.com. And he says he usually gets cheaper business class fares on Turkish Air, Qatar Air, flying into Manila or Clark. So that's something you can look into. Also, before we get started on this subject, Dana Middleton, he's a travel agent, and he was on my panel a couple of weeks ago. He sent me some prices, guys, and this is dated August 4th, and 2022, flying into Cebu, leaving from LAX on Eva Airlines is $790.27. On that same day on PAL, it's $1,022. Now, flying out of San Francisco, Eva Airlines is $748.77. Atlanta, American Airlines and PAL is $1,478. From Dallas, American Airlines PAL is $1,383.77. See, those are some good prices. And you want to price your ticket as far out as they'll let you. If you want to earn, save some money, because guys, if you're trying to get here on D-Day, which is February the 10th, it's going to cost you, man. And I see a lot of people saying, hey, man, tickets are high. Here's one right here. It says tickets are damn expensive. Yeah, if you're trying to get here right on D-Day, it's going to cost you. When I came in 2018, I got my ticket 2 months out, rather, and it helped me. Robert Williams says, I'm going to wait to see what happens first before heading out there. Well, that's a double-edged sword, Robert, because remember what happened last time? They were slated to open, and then they shut down. I would do the same thing. I would wait at least until people start coming over here. I'd wait until I actually saw people being welcomed into the Philippines before I bought my ticket. Hey, Doug Carr, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining us. Dab Will says he's going to wait till later on in the year, and I don't blame you. William Wright says I got my ticket for February the 20th. That's, you're taking a risk, but at the same time, I don't know. That's why it's good to buy that travel insurance, guys. Not only for the COVID insurance, but Usually when you buy the travel insurance, if you have to cancel, they'll give you a complete refund. But also, I want to remind you, when you get over here, guys, there's mask mandates over here. If you against that over in America, I'm sorry. When you get to the Philippines, you got to wear masks over here whenever you're outside or in the mall, in the grocery store. So if you're not, if that's uncomfortable for you, because these masks are uncomfortable, I would say bring my own, guys. You know, from over there, you're probably going to get a better quality, probably a better fit. And also, I want to remind you that there's travel restrictions over here right now. And I don't think they're going to change by the time you get here. So wherever you go flying into, you're probably going to be stuck there without some type of swab test you may have to take or something like that. So be careful, guys, okay? Keep that in mind. But remember to check that box, guys. Don't be cheap. Dana Middleton said that I'm going to second his statement. Get that travel insurance. Pay that extra $40 or $50 or whatever it is, guys. You don't want to get over here, get COVID, get sick, and put in the hospital here and ruin your whole vacation and everything. Get that, guys. Beach of Light says, but Calvin, if they wait, then the other guy's going to get the girl that's in short supply. Yeah, that's what they're thinking. And plus, trust me, man, there's no shortage on Filipinos, guys. It's millions over here. But I get it, man. Some of you guys really have legitimate relationships and you want to get over here. But I would at least wait until I actually see somebody walking through immigration. Hey, Wiley Heaton, he says, Big C, I'm selling February 4th in about a couple of months before I fly out. Hey, congratulations, man, on that. Selling your house, brother. But I didn't think you were going to have a problem because, hell, you live in a tourist area. What's that? Myrtle Beach, yeah. James K says, hey, Calvin, I already have my tickets to the Philippines. I'll be there in March, fully vaccinated. So glad I purchased my ticket a long time ago. My prediction was correct. Yeah, there was some talk going around a long time ago. A bar owner up in Angeles City, he said that the Philippines was going to open February 16th. Nobody believed him. And he was right, too. Muhammad Hader says 24 too young to move there. I don't guess you're ever too young. As long as you got income, some type of money coming in. I mean, you got to live over here. I mean, it's not many jobs over here, guys, for foreigners, unless you proficient in English. TJ Johnson, he was like a manager here for one of the call centers, something like that. Or if you computer literate. I met a foreigner one time in immigration in Cebu. He had a job. They were paying him like 40,000 pesos a month. He was designing computer software or something like that. Acts of kindness inspired helping others. He says, I don't carry money. It's only paper. He said, I don't care money. I said, I don't care. Money is only paper after paying double rent for 2 years plus tickets and everything else. Cost me $84,700 for 24 months. For most LDR with fiance, money is not going to stop us. Wow. I'm going to have to put you in my Hall of Fame, acts of kindness, if you spent $84,700. But you're right. People in legitimate long distance relationships, no amount of money is going to stop you from getting over here. William says, I'm flying Cebu Pacific. Brandon Bonner says, hey, Cal, how much is health insurance over there? And can I get it here before I go, or do I have to wait? Talk to Michael Onstad. He's on here. It's not expensive. The policy that I'm getting is about, and it's a good policy, it's about 17,000 pesos a year. You know, some stipulations and limitations and everything. And of course, your health buys your insurance, guys. It's not your money. Let me remind you that. But yeah, I was talking to him before it happened to John, to be honest with you. And he knows everything about it, man. This is the guy to talk to. I'm not endorsing him or anything, but he's 32 years insurance. He's got a Facebook page, Health Care in the Philippines. You can join that. Ask him anything. He'll answer it, man. He's got a lot of different, if you want a dollar policy, if you want a peso policy. I just didn't want to overinsure myself over here and want to be paying all that money. William Wright says, I'm retiring there. I hear you, man. And, you know, it's the best place, one of the best places to retire, man. If you got your ducks in a row, it's like anything else. Don't come over here, man, trying to half step and try to be cheap and all of that. Because if you look at my video, I've got a video that says the dark side of the Philippines, and people took it the wrong way. What I'm talking about on the video is why some conscientious retirees bypass the Philippines. I'm not putting the Philippines down. I give you 6 reasons why people bypass the Philippines as a retirement destination. And one of them, believe it or not, guys, is cost of living. You hear a lot about, hey, you can come over here and live off $1,000 a month, which you can, but you have to sacrifice a lot from their lifestyle. What they figure out is the lifestyle they want to live over here usually runs about $1,800 to $2,000 a month. So they say, hey, if I got to spend that much, then I've got other options closer to home. Yeah. Jeffrey Todd said the heat will kill us if we are wearing the mask outside. Yeah, when I'm not around anybody, I usually have it here. But once I get like in a tricycle or going somewhere, I'll put it on my nose. But yeah, it's very uncomfortable. But I just want to let you know there's mask mandates here. This is the Philippines. This isn't America. If you don't come over here and not have on a mask, guys, okay? You're going to get fined. You're going to get in trouble. And it's not worth it. I just want to warn you. And there's travel restrictions. You may get stuck in Cebu. Because if you want to come over here, say you want to come and meet me in Negros Occidental, we're strict here. If you come here, I don't care if you're fully vaccinated. Right now, February the 1st, 2022, even if you're fully vaccinated, you still need a negative swab test good for 48 hours before you arrive. Dad Will says, I'm ready for some adventures, explore some islands, and just have a good time. Yeah. Now, if you go to Cebu, man, Cebu is very, very lenient. They're very liberal. And you can stay on Cebu and go to all of them different islands without any extra protocol. But you want to practice that COVID protocol over here, guys. Social distancing, washing your hands, wearing the mask. You need to be careful over here. You don't want to get sick over here. But yeah, I want to thank y'all, guys. I don't see Janessa on here yet, but she messaged me and asked me what time was I going on, and I told her. And I didn't force her, man. I just said, hey, it's the right thing to do. Come on and thank everybody for the love and support, because his family just hasn't done nothing, guys. And I don't know why. I don't know if they're waiting on something or whatever it is, but I can't get any help from them. I'm not a member of the family, so I don't have any authorization. And what we've done, I think, is enough. We've collected over 100,000 pesos. So far, she has 67,000 of it. The other 35,000, I'll send her in the morning. The banks are closed here today, from what my girlfriend told me. But I haven't heard from John Jr. since he was on here. I haven't heard from anybody in his family, guys. I don't know. And I just think that we've done enough. They've got a GoFundMe page that John Jr. set up. Here's John Wells. Here's his. This is Janessa. Hello? Yes. Hello. All you got to do is just click the link that I sent you. Just click on it. Well, click the link, Janessa, and then, it'll say join the live stream. Click that again. But yeah, all you have to do is click on the, okay, hold on. Let me look. Hold on, guys. Wait, just wait. I'm doing it now. I'm going to click on the same link that I gave you, and I'm going to show you what it's going to say. Okay. Here it is. All you got to do, click on that link. Okay. It's gonna bring you in. It says you're entering a broadcast, and then it says enter studio. Just click on it. I just did the same link that I gave you. I just clicked on it, and it automatically brings you here. But I don't think you can do it and talk to me at the same time. Well, that was her, guys. She's trying to come on. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Wiley Heaton. I appreciate you, Chris. The super sticker, rather. Come on. Okay. She's on the phone. Hello? Yeah, just click on the link, Janessa. It's going to automatically bring you on here. Well, it automatically opens for me. I'm clicking the same link I sent you. You can't do it and talk to me at the same time. And plus you have, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, she's going to try to get on her, guys. Hey, Jose Feliz, he says, Calvin, hello from Providence, Rhode Island. God bless you. Thank you, man. I was in I served in the Navy with two guys, man, that were from Providence, Rhode Island. And they were Portuguese. They were half Portuguese, half American. Hey, Papa Kiko. He said, sometime in March, Calvin, I would probably take a hit on airfare, but only live once. Family's waiting for me in Bacalli. Yeah, if you got family and stuff over here, man, a few extra thousands not going to really, a few extra hundreds not going to stop you. And if you got the money, why not, man? I don't blame you. Justin Lee said, just booked to Dumaguete for February 24th, 3,000. Yeah, that's because you're probably going to fly into Cebu or Manila. Then they're going to add on the ticket to fly into Dumaguete. William Wright says, I pay $1,800 one way, man. You cannot buy a one-way ticket here, man. You got to have either a round trip, which is preferably a round trip from your departure city, or an onward ticket somewhere else. Do not try to come over here, guys, with a one-way ticket. They wouldn't let me out of the airport with it. Robert Sanford, what's up, nephew? He said, what's up, uncle? I'll be there in April. I have to get these taxes out of the way first. I hear you. Gary Gibson says, I'm ready to go, but I'll wait until May after my VA doctor's appointment. Yeah, great decision. I've been preparing for 2 years, and I can't wait to go. It's really a nice place. Yeah, Russell, that is high. But if you got it and you have a compelling enough reason to come over here, why not, man? You know, I've spent over $3,000 for a ticket before. But I was sprung, man. I was sprung, and it was December, close to Christmas, and I bought my ticket, believe it or not, from the counter in the airport, man. So, yeah, they got me good. It was $3,900 and something. Hey, a stranger in a strange land says at 24, you better have a good monthly income. You're not doing much chilling at that age. Yeah, you're right. That's great advice. Dean Thompson says, we bought tickets yesterday from United Airlines. Wow. For $617 each, one way from Austin to Manila. $89 for travel insurance for us both. My wife's former Filipino. We're flying. April 28th. That's a good thing. And I know she can get in there with a one-way, man, but I don't know. You better make sure you can get in on a one-way. Okay, yeah. Here's the answer. He said my throwaway ticket from Manila to Taipei in September for $34. Okay. Okay, here's Janessa, everybody. Hey, Janessa. How you doing? Janessa, you're on here. Janessa, you're here. You're on here. Well, there she is. She's in Cebu, I think. Wiley Heaton said, my friend Brian Tooley, his spouse is Filipino. They can't wait to come back to the Philippines. They will be there in July. That's a good time, man. I'd come either before summer there or after summer. Victor Payne said, hey, Calvin, yes, looking to come out there in August, September. Have not booked my ticket yet. I'll be there for 30 days. Yeah. I'd either come before the summer over there or after. But remember, summer here, guys, happens in March, the end of March. So that's going to have something to do with the price of your ticket, too. Roy Faulkner says, Calvin, the ticket price have dropped 25% since 30 days ago. That's a great deal. Yeah, he's got a great deal, what he did. You can buy that throwaway ticket, by the way, guys, but you either have a round-trip ticket, preferably, or that onward ticket, that throwaway ticket that Dean Thompson talked about. That's a smart way of doing it, what he did. But if you're going to try to get a good price, you're going to have to wait a couple of months, guys. Yeah. He said that's the best deal I've seen yet at Dean Thompson. Yeah, that one way with the throwaway ticket, it is a good way to go. Glenn Nesbitt says coming April 2nd. Yeah, I would give it a couple of months, guys. CD says Cebu Pacific owes me $40. Yeah, I'd wait and use it when I got over her CD. I'd fly. I'd use it for one of my flights, wherever you want. R. Walks said, Calvin, can you explain about the no visa for foreigners, how it works? Yeah, the Philippines has 157 non-visa countries that they reciprocate with, meaning you don't have to have a visa. You have to have a valid passport, at least 6 months old, and at least 6 months left before it expires will get you into the country for 30 days. And if you want to extend, you're going to have to go to a local immigration office before the 30 days expires and extend your visa. But yeah, it's a non-visa. You don't need a visa if you're in one of those 157 countries, which all of the countries in the West are on that list. UK, Australia, New Zealand, America, France. So yeah, but if you're not sure, check that list. But yeah, you just need a valid passport. It's at least 6 months old, and you got at least 6 months before it expires. He says, wait, here's that video. Thanks, Michael. If you want to check this out, guys. Gary Gibson says Philippines requires a RT-PCR test. No, not for fully vaccinated foreigners. Now, I was reading somewhere, Gary, where if you're an unvaccinated, you can come here February the 10th. But I believe after February the 16th, it's only fully vaccinated only. But you're going to need the RT-PCR test, the quarantine if you're unvaccinated. But yeah, you can, the PCR test is the one that you're getting in your own country. It's best to check with the airline. See, that's the one you're going to basically check with, Gary. And there's really no brand that I don't know if you want to do one at home. I just go ahead and I know in America, I believe they do them at the airport, from what I was told. William Wright says, not me, boss. I watch your videos. I'm good to go. Okay, yeah. Just buy that on with ticket, brother. Victor Payne said, thanks for doing the have fun video. Looking forward to enjoying the Philippines. Meet someone that's great, but I plan on staying as long as I can and spend as much as I can. That's a great idea. You're going to meet somebody. That's not a fact. But we get so preoccupied with all this other stuff. You see the questions on here. There's no such thing as a dumb question, guys. This stuff is good to know, but don't let it stop you from having a good time over here. That's why you come over here. Man, that's a long trip. You don't want to come over here and be worried about what kind of visa. You don't need a visa to get over here if you're on one of them. That's what it's called, a non-visa. 157 non-visa countries. You can get in here if you're fully vaccinated and if you're unvaccinated. Rock says, hey guys, 79 likes, 265 people watching. He said, folks, hit the like button. I'm planning on Don Salvador Benedicto in August 2022. Hamster wheels barely turning. Looking out my window to a snowstorm. My inspiration to bounce. Yeah. What's up, Rock? Yeah, Rock was in the Philippines not too long ago. We hooked up. Man, I hope you're able to go ahead and retire, brother. If that woman election, you know, Lil Rock is gonna have a say about that. Hey, Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience said, good morning, Calvin. Sorry for arriving late. Oh man, I appreciate you. But yeah, let's go back to Rock. They start on his house today, guys. He's getting Rock Engineering to build his house over here too. He's got a hell of a house design, man. It's 3 times big as mine. But he's got big money, see? That's big money Rock. I love the town. Where my wife went to in Lausanne last month, hardly anyone was wearing a mask. I guess Versailles is more strict. No, you better wear it's all over, guys. You know, the reasons they weren't wearing masks, I couldn't tell you why. You better wear a mask. You can't get in anywhere without a mask. And it's out of respect that I do it, and it's it's the law here, really. A chick boy Rick, Isco Moreno James. He says, I would think that maybe if these simps weren't sending these women they never met before money, they could afford the ticket price. That's a great point. Because I already told him you're going to need that money to buy the plane ticket and to get over here. Franz Pracio Jr. said, Calvin, what's the name of the airport in Cebu? Thanks for that super chat. It's called Mactan, Mactan, Mactan Cebu International Airport. And I would fly into there if it's my first time. To be honest with you, I would fly into there. First of all, it's not a beehive of opportunity going on, and then the airport is situated not far from that main road, so you're not going to have a whole lot of traffic. You're not going to have any traffic coming from the airport to that main road. Now, it depends on what time you arrive in Mactan. If you get there somewhere around 4:30 to 6 o'clock, there's going to be some traffic backed up trying to get over that bridge, but any other time it's not. Hey, LA Detroit said the mask mandate and travel restrictions is why I changed my mind retiring there. Yeah, right now, I think eventually, as the world opens up, LA Detroit, I think they're going to loosen that up. But right now, yeah, a lot of people, they don't want to deal with that. And remember, you're going to need that if you want to go to the grocery store, the mall, any business, government facility. Now, if I want to walk from my house to the corner and walk down the street, nobody's going to bother me. But if I want to catch a tricycle, a pedicab, or get on the bus, or anything like that, yeah, I need to put that mask on. Hey, Danny, road to the Philippines. Nice to see you, brother. And remember, man, I'm not into sports like I used to be. I was just messing with you. But I did root for the Cincinnati Bengals because I always root for the underdog. He's from Kansas City area. And check his vlog out, by the way. He's got a good vlog, man. I don't know why YouTube hasn't. Well, first of all, you don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. We should help Danny, guys. And I'm not saying that. I'm telling you that he's got a decent channel, man. He's funny, man, in his own way. And help him get his 1,000 so that YouTube can put him on the map. But he says, I'm not going to purchase a ticket until this has been running successfully for a few weeks. Hopefully they won't shut down again like last month. I said the same thing, Danny, and that's a good thing. I wouldn't buy my ticket until I see people actually punching through immigration. And then I do it. Belize and Edwin said, what's up, Calvin? What's the latest news on John? Well, his wife, she's got the money now. I've already we collected between PayPal and the super chats, we collected 102,000 pesos. I sent her 67,000. She'll get the 37,000 in the morning. She's got enough for the funeral home, but they're trying to stump her with this. You don't have authorization stuff. Look, I told her money talks in the Philippines. Stop being shy. Stop being bashful. And you go down there and you take that 50,000 to those people, to the funeral home, and you tell them, look, if you want this 50,000, go ahead and cremate my husband. If you want to wait on his family, which they're never going to contact you, then you go ahead and do that. And I guarantee you guys, they'll take that 50,000. I don't know why she's being so shy and so bashful. She needs to do that. But we've done enough, guys, and I want to applaud y'all for that. His family hasn't done nothing. They haven't contacted me. I don't know what they're doing. I think we've done more than enough. There's a GoFundMe page his son set up. I have nothing to do with that. My hope is that he does the right thing and turns that money over to Janessa too when it's over with. But I can't answer any questions about that. That's John Jr. Haven't heard from him ever since. Haven't heard from anybody in his family. And I just think we've done enough, guys. I don't know what else we could do. Hey, Wiley Heaton, thanks for that super sticker. He said, did the GoFundMe ever go up? Yes, up. All you got to do is go on the GoFundMe. See, I can't. I tried to put it on my community page, but YouTube won't allow me to do that. So all you have to do is go to the GoFundMe page, look in the search and put Get John Wells Home. When I checked today, it was like $1,300 and something on top of the over $2,000 that we're going to send her. That's a lot, guys. You know, we're not his family. I mean, it's like they're waiting for us. I guess they saw that we were doing such a great job. I guess they figure, let them fools do it. But I'm sorry. You know, I threw my hands up. We've done enough, guys. They can't put that kind of pressure on us. And I won't allow them to do it. I mean, if they don't care, man, I mean, what can we do, guys? I'm you know, Iskandari TV says today is a holiday. It is. It's the beginning of the Chinese holiday. I mean, Chinese New Year, by the way. Yeah, banks are closed. Yeah, thanks, Cherry Hunter and the PI. And I'll send her the other 35,000. I can only pull out 40,000, which is $800 a day from my account anyway, without some written approval. They're strict over here, guys. Otherwise, I'd have sent it all. But, you know, between her and his family, I'm stuck in the middle, man. I can't get any help. And I just think we've done enough, guys. So, you know, give yourself a standing ovation, man. Pat yourself on the back. We did a great job. We did well by John, man. He couldn't believe. I used to always tell him, I said, John, you become a celebrity. He couldn't believe how popular he had become on his channel. But people love John and they respect him. And, man, we showed that. I mean, really. Bill Ellis says, here in Thailand, the crematoriums are situated at the Buddhist temples. Even poor people can afford temple cremation. Yeah, see, they're trying to give her this, you don't have authorization stuff, which I hear them, because maybe the family can come back and say, hey, we didn't give you authorization. But it would be a difference if the family was trained to reach out and trying to do something. They're standing back like they don't care. So if I was her, instead of letting the man's body deteriorate, and then eventually, by the way, with COVID over here and the morgues being so full of COVID bodies, they're gonna burn him anyway. So, okay, Lynn, thanks for this update. She said it has his childhood picture, 1800 so far. You see what I'm saying, guys? We're doing an outstanding job, guys. And I have nothing to do with that GoFundMe. I hope and pray he does the right thing, because I haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from anybody in their family, man. But we did collect 102,000 pesos, man. That's over $2,000. We can't do any more, man. If his family's not going to do anything, I'll be damned, guys. They can't put that on us. Hey, Michael Onstadt, thanks for the super chat. He says, looking forward to joining your panel on Thursday. There's a guy on here asking about health insurance over here. I gave him your information. Thursday, we're going to have the panel. I want to make sure we did an update today and talk about the excitement of the Philippines opening up. I thought that was a good thing to do today. Now, Janessa tried to get on here. Maybe she's having trouble with her internet. Hopefully she can get on here. Dan Stevenson says, I'll be home later, February, early March. I'm seeing good prices during that time, but I can't fly Qatar Airlines this time. I'm seeing tickets as high as 7,000 one way. Yeah, you got to realize, guys, if you try to book your ticket today for February 10th or somewhere like that, man, it's going to cost you. LA Detroit said, we live in Vegas and LA. There's strict mandates also. If you watch the football game, the politicians and elites didn't wear masks. Yeah, hypocrites. Yeah, that's what. See, that's the problem, LA Detroit. It's so many mixed signals. See? And that's one of the biggest problems. If everybody would have got behind this thing all the way, man, you wouldn't have the problems that we're having. Angel Estioco, hey, what's going on, Angel? Remember, guys, we did this. My daughter's best friend, Angel. Remember, we did that video. Me and her, we did a remake of the Elton John song, "Your Song." She's the young lady playing the guitar, which does a hell of a job, by the way. Old Pretender says the family would get John's investments while his woman gets nothing. I think that would have pissed John off, but maybe he should have taken care of that. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking that John, he started feeling better about his situation. Old Pretender. I don't think he thought he would die. Otherwise, because he paid a $250,000 down payment. If he'd have thought that he was going to die, he probably would have given Janessa that money. But I don't know. John was cheap like that, man, because he had talked to the people in Dumageddon and told them, it says, hey, I'm not going to give you any money until I live through this operation. If I don't live through the operation, if I die, you're not going to get anything. She said, good day, sir. How's your day? Going good, Angel Estioco. If you want to go to Monica's Beach House with us, we're going February the 9th. Let Sahara know. You're welcome to go. Poopa says, yeah, hopefully these new protocols are permanent and not temporary about opening borders, Calvin. they're over here already. And see, that's a lot of things that people have to understand. When just because they're opening up their borders, man, the Philippines is still locked down to a certain extent. When you go from island to island, there's different protocol as far as swab tests and S passes and all of that. So wherever you fly into, you're going to be limited unless you're willing to do all that stuff. Hey, Flower Babe. Lynn says, my cousin who's in the Air Force is traveling around the country, and he said Nashville has no restrictions, no mask. Steve Anderson says, Sunshine, in your opinion, what's the best city for a newbie to go in the Philippines? Cebu. Flying to Cebu. It's not a beehive of activity. And that Manila is so confusion, man, because they have 3 terminals. When you fly into, I think, Terminal 2 is probably what you're going to fly into. Then you got to take a shuttle or something to, it's just so confusing. And then you're liable to get caught up in that traffic in Manila. And that's going to turn you against the Philippines right there. And the good thing about Cebu is you can fly into Cebu City, chill out for a couple of days, and then Cebu Island has so many places. Camotes Island, Bantayan Island, Malapascua, Argyle, Aslav, Malbois. You can just stay on that island and not go anywhere. You can keep it real simple. John Gomez said, yes, it is. Qatar Airlines is the best, but flights are too expensive right now. Yeah, right now, if you're trying to just buy your ticket now and get in there as soon as possible. I don't know what this Club Fillers is about. I don't know what they're talking about. I got to get rid of this person. Angel says we should do a collab soon. So, yeah, I wanted to do that. Remember I asked you, Angel, to practice that song by Jim Croce. It's called I Have to Say I Love You in a Song. That would be a good one. People like that. Jacob Thompson says Angel is a tremendous young talent. Yeah, and she's super intelligent, man. She knows all about this social media and cameras and editing and all that. See, I don't know stuff. Hey, guys, Jacob, get rid of this Flower Babe. I think she's trying to, Michael, whoever's on her, get rid of this Flower Babe right here. I don't know what this is. Hey, Cal Duazo, he says, shout out Dumagetti City. Shout out Dumagetti. Axe, flights are $1,825 US 5 to 6 months out. I don't think that $1,800 would be a bad deal right now. Depending on where you're flying out to. If I was somebody, I would, if you're not in one of those major cities, hell, I'd try to buy me a ticket to LA and then fly out of LA or San Francisco. Alpino, I said, yeah, somebody smashed this Flower, bro. Yeah, guys, let's get her. Mike C said tickets for May travel to Cebu around $1,500 round trip. That's really not that bad. James B says, can you use credit cards and debit cards at the malls and restaurants? Yeah, most of the big malls you can. A lot of the restaurants you can, and they'll have it on the entrance. But I usually use it at the grocery store, at the major malls. Now, at the restaurants in the malls, they most certainly take it. But a lot of these standalone restaurants, I don't know if I would do it or not. Christoph Wolfgang says, regardless, $3,000 a day I pass in USA. Ride the horse that makes you happy. Yeah. I mean, but if you come over here, you're going to have to wear that mask. You don't have a choice. I'm sorry, Christoph. Lynn 102 says that James B, you can use credit card. They even take U.S. dollars there. Well, only at the exchange places and the bank, Lynn. You can't take U.S. dollars in a restaurant here. I don't know when the last time you've been to the Philippines, but you can't do that. They won't take dollars here. I promise you that. They deal in pesos over here. And one thing you want to do when you come over and exchange money, bring crisp bills, hundreds and fifties, even 20s, you're going to have a problem with. But anything less than a 20, 10, 5, and 1, you're going to get a lesser exchange rate, even if they'll take it. So keep that in mind. Fresh hundreds and 20s, guys. Hey, Chocolate Man in Thailand, thanks for that super chat. He said back to Angeles City in May, I think. Tickets are about 300 plus from, what's BKK? Is that Bangkok? Got to hit up the VA and see some peeps. Okay. Come hang with us, bro. A little something for the John Fund. Thank you, Chocolate Man. Yeah, I'm going to eventually go to Thailand. But if you over here, man, and you're in Angeles City and things open up, holler at me, man, because I've never been to Angeles City and I want to go. I've been invited. A friend of mine, Anthony, he invited me to come up there, and then I know Iskandari TV. If I come to see him in Cavite, we'll make a trip up to Angeles City. I've never been there. Yeah, he said that he passed on the table. Do you know? Yeah, from what Janessa told me, he did. They did the procedure. John was having chest pains, and so they went in again, and that's when he had a massive heart attack and died. Red Horse Adventure said, don't buy your ticket through a third-party site such as Agoda. If circumstances change and you have to cancel, there's a 57% cancellation fee. Read the fine print and book directly with the airline. That's great advice, man. That's great advice. Either way you go, man, get that travel insurance and protection in the event you want to cancel or you have to cancel because of whatever reason. Hey, Sweet Charles. Malibu Ken says, is John's final lesson to us, if you have a heart problem, get on a plane to the U.S. as quick as you can to have it taken care of properly. Well, honestly, he was having a heart attack. I don't think he'd want to get on a plane, Ken. I don't think he'd want to do that. He did the right thing. He just ended up in the wrong place initially. It cost him a lot of time. I would say, if you know you have heart problems, take better care of yourself. And if you're just going to live, because we grown on here, guys. We can't tell nobody how to live. I would stay around. If I have heart problems, I would stay around Manila, Metro Manila, St. Luke's Hospital, Medical City, those type of places. Changhua Hospital in Cebu. Whatever, if you got a chronic illness, I'd find out the hospitals that specialize in that chronic illness, even though you may not have a flare-up in a long time. And I'd move close to that. See? James B says, Lynn 102, thanks. Yeah, but she's not giving you right information. They don't take dollars over here. You got to exchange it. And I would say exchange it in the airport. He said, I checked first class. I think I'll be going economy. EVA Airlines has a premium economy, by the way. If you want to check that out, Clint, that gives you a little bit more leg room. Hey, Michael McFarland, he says, for John, gone but not forgotten. Thank you, Michael. We've collected over 102,000 pesos, guys, for John. And we're giving it all to his girlfriend. I've given her 67,000. I give her the 37,000. They got the GoFundMe that his son set up. I mean, the family's not doing anything, guys. They haven't contacted any of us. I don't know what they're doing. But if you want, whatever you give and YouTube takes theirs out, I'm going to give it to his girlfriend because I'm sure she's going to need it. He said Flower Girl got shut down. He said Vegas is getting bad. What do you mean on the COVID? Michael Miller said the cheapest tickets I found in my surrounding area, not that bad, $1,600. Right now, I would say that's not bad. A Stranger in a Strange Land says, I was in Nashville for the Bengals Titans game, no restrictions I could see. Yeah, that's what somebody, Lynn 102 just said, her cousin's in the Air Force, and he was in Nashville. And there was no restriction. Hey, Sweet Charles, he said solid, San Carlos. I mean, Sunshine Shoulder. Excuse me. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience said they told us there was no more S-Pass when we tried to get our authorization returning from Mindanao, Calvin. Yeah, see, you're in Oriental and you're coming from Mindanao. Right now, here in Negros Occidental, if you're coming from an Alert 3 area, which Dumaguete is an Alert 3, you're going to need that swab test. And you're going to need permission from the LGU. Yeah, Lynn, well, I'm just telling you that 10 years ago, trust me, guys, they're not taking U.S. dollars. They're not taking pounds. They're not taking shillings. They're not taking francs. They're not taking German marks. If you go to the store and you pull out $1 or one of them denominations, they're not going to take it, guys, okay? I'm sorry, Lynn, but I'm living here now. They don't take that stuff like that. Javon Pitt says, if you fly economy, I can imagine a shaky-ass plane. Not really. I flew over here on Cathay Pacific, but I did pay an extra $39 for our 3 seats, to $39 total, and we sat right behind the wing. And it was the smoothest flight I ever had coming to the Philippines. Not one time did they ever put the seatbelt sign on the whole 15 hours from Chicago to Hong Kong. Excuse me. Tony POG said, did you get your documents handled? Yeah, they're in Dumaguete right now. She just didn't want to do her job. And let me follow up on that, guys. Listen, believe it or not, the very next day that I posted that video, all good things come to an end, I talked about my experience there in immigration in Bacolod. I'm riding my bike, and a friend of mine comes up to me in Center Mall. A white guy, by the way, from Australia. He said, Calvin, I saw your video. He said, man, don't you know, every time I go there, this lady gives me the same problems. He said, I think she hates her job. He said, she's got a bad attitude. She's rude. She talks to you like you're a child. And his experience was my experience. Had nothing to do with racism. She's just very rude, guys, you know. And that particular day, man, I just wasn't feeling it for real. I'm sorry, if you going to be in immigration, you know what you're dealing with. Now, you're really going to get flooded. Now, they're opening up the gates again. So, if you don't like it, get another job. She's got a great job, by the way, over here. Hey, Jason Will says cheapest flights in April I found round trip is, wow, $783 from LAX to Cebu in April. Yeah, he gave me one. Dana Middleton from LAX to Cebu August 4th was $790. See, if you know what you're doing, you can get a good ticket. And then I'd go on and book it. Anything like this, I'd book that if I was coming over here. He says, that's what I'm wearing. That's what's wearing me, Pumpkin Joe Philippine Experience. Is inner island travel. Yeah. Right now, guys, it's different. You gotta, there's no quarantine or nothing. But they still got these alert 3, alert 2, alert 4 stuff going on. And they didn't say anything about changing that once the country opens its borders. It's going to be interesting, guys. If they're going to let all these people in, they're going to have to shut all that down too. They're going to have to open this thing wide open. That's why I said I'm so glad because, man, I can't go anywhere. Okay, remember I said I was going to go to Cebu? I can't go to Cebu. I can go, but if I come back, I need that swab test and all of that, man. I'm not going to go through all of that. Yeah. El Pino R says, hell, I'm in LA. He said, mofos over here taking showers in Omicron. That's funny. That's real funny. Ronald Bowden says, son, man, you are correct about Manila turning you off to the Philippines. Yeah, I wouldn't go there the first time. And I didn't. That was probably the only thing I did right, Ronald Bowden, when I came to the Philippines the first time. And that was flying into Cebu. Because all I knew about the Philippines was Manila. And I said, man, I don't want to go there. Hey, guys. Hey, Ed Sweeney. He says, Happy Chinese New Year. He says it 10 times. I don't know if this is spam or not. Watch this Ed Sweeney, guys. Real careful. Yeah, troll alert. Yeah, you're right. Get him off there. No, it's the only time he says, Wiley Heaton says, does the courtesy attitude on immigration officers vary or all rude in general? No. Filipinos are nice, man. They're friendly. This lady's she's an immigration officer from hell. I've never had a good experience with her there. And the first time I went there, I was like, well, maybe it's just me. But every other time I went there, man, it's like you're wasting her time. What are you doing here? Hey, Yeoman's son, thanks. I saw where you contributed to that GoFundMe page, man, and I tip my hat to you. I just hope that he does the right thing and turns that over to Janessa. I have nothing to do with that, but he says, Calvin, did you travel to the Philippines when you were in the Navy? No, but I did serve with a lot of Filipinos in the Navy. I mean, we were really good friends, and they always would invite me to the Philippines, and I never came, of course. When you're young, man, it's just so many other places that you interested in going. And right before I got out, though, Yeoman son, I had I was going to transfer. I had a approval. I was going to go on a frigate, and the guy was going to come to the carrier. But I decided to get out. I would have had to extend to get that. And of course, being on the West Coast, I would have went to the Philippines, I'm sure. But no, I never went, man. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because it made it just that much more exciting when I finally did make it over here. Okay, Beach of Life says I fly nonstop only. I know you can get a nonstop from LA by PAL. PAL flies nonstop from LA and San Francisco. When I brought my son back to America in 2016, they flew nonstop from Manila to San Francisco, PAL. And then they flew, I think, American Airlines from San Francisco to Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Alpina R says that immigration lady probably had no good vitamin D lately. Somebody need to go on and dust her off for Cal and take one for the team. Yeah, you would be taking one for the team because she's not attractive at all. She has no, redeeming qualities physically, man. And I think that's part of her problem. She's either envious of foreigners or maybe a foreigner broke her heart. I don't know what it is, but I mean, it just doesn't pay to have that type of attitude. Hey, don't make me roll out after, but thanks for the super chat. Said the thing about everyone booking so early is the bottleneck and the super overbooking of the airlines. I never thought about that. But to be honest with you, I don't think once this little run gets over with, guys, I think it's going to peter out like it always did. I was here pre-pandemic. It wasn't like this place was overrun with tourists. And that's one of the reasons I like the Philippines, man. You're talking about 8 million tourists in 2019 compared to 39 and a half, almost 40 million in Thailand. See, Muhammad Hader says, man, really gotta save up for these damn tickets. Will it go down? Oh yeah, it's eventually gonna go down. Yeah, unattractive and mean bad news. Yeah, it is. He said, take one for the team. Oh man, you'd be taking one for the team with her, man. Hey, Brasilero Shelton, thanks for the super chat. Say, hey there, Cali Cal. How you holding up, buddy? I'm doing a lot better, man. I just I was in the shower today, man. I got to thinking, man, about John's family, man. It's like I don't know what they're doing. They're having a hands-off approach. They won't give Janessa. I've told everybody in the family that I've talked to, she needs that authorization. It's no big deal. Just write on a piece of paper. We give her authorization to cremate the body. They said send a picture along with it to show that you're part of John's family. They won't do that. I told them that the very next day after John died. And I don't know. So I got to thinking, man, they don't need to put me in the middle of all that. I love John. He was a good friend of mine, man. But, I have no authorization, guys. I have no way of doing anything but just using my platform. And I don't want it to be used in the wrong way. And I think now that they've seen that John had a pretty good following on here, they're sitting back and wanting us to do it. And I don't think that's fair. They don't trust me. They don't trust Janessa. And I've thrown my hands up, guys. We've done enough. Anything you send me, I'm going to give to his girlfriend. But, between her and them, I'm caught in the middle, man. And, I don't think it's fair, man. See? Now, Beach of Life, thank you so much for putting this here. Because when I did this, I caught a lot of flack when I put this video out, guys, by the way. And when I told people that it wasn't going to open in 2021, I'm over here, man. I'm not an expert on the Philippines, but hell, I can see what they're doing. It's very conservative over here. Believe it or not. And I just felt that they wasn't. And I said that way back in February of last year. February of 2020. I said, it's not going to open, man, in 2021. No, that was February 2021. I said it wasn't going to open for the rest of the year. Lynn 102 says in the States, they have to take fingerprints and picture ID of the departed along with death certificate before they proceed with cremation. Yeah, that's true. And it's the same, like over here, they need that death certificate and an authorization. But here's where we are with that, Lynn. The family's not cooperating. John's body is deteriorating, and they won't give her the authorization. They won't pay the hospital bill to get the death certificate. So I was telling her, look, just take the $50,000 to the funeral home. Money talks over here. And tell them, say, look, you want this $50,000? I guarantee you they're not going to pass it up. Or do you want to wait on his family, which, by the way, hasn't contacted me, hasn't given me authorization? hasn't contacted you, and you want to take the loss because they're going to cremate John anyhow, Lynn. Hey, Nintendo X PlayStation. Basilaro Shelton, thank you for the super chat. Said maybe John's son is waiting to be able to get access to John's accounts, take care of business. I can imagine it being rough right now. I hope you're right, but what does that have to do with? In order to do that, he's going to have to get that death certificate to prove John is dead. It's first things first. I've got a friend who works at the embassy, man. All right? That's what my channel's about. We're trying to help each other, brother Level Shut. I'm through giving them the benefit of the doubt. He told me exactly what they needed to do. He said, Calvin, tell them to do this, and that. I told them this, and that, and they've done not a damn thing. Okay, I'm pissed off, really. But I'm done with it, man. We've done all we can. There's no benefit of the doubt. They know how much that bill is. They know what they got to do. The hospital's not going to release the death certificate without it. I'm sorry. They're trying to go through the embassy, I guess. I told them, this is the Philippines. This isn't America, man. It's just how it is. But you try to tell people something. They don't trust me. Look, man, you don't really want me to get down to what's going on for real. But they don't trust me. They don't trust Janessa. That's the bottom line. Okay, so if they want to do it, go ahead and handle it. Hey, Michael McFarland said money talks and bullshit walks here. Absolutely. She could get that, but she wants to be so shy and bashful. I'm like, look, what do you expect to happen? And that's what I asked her. Okay, John's been dead going on 3 weeks. Do you really think if they haven't done anything now that you're waiting on them to do something? No, you got to take a stand. You got to stand up and fight for John. If you don't believe it, I'll show you the message. I said, look, you got to fight for him. Go on over there and talk to those people. You got money now. Yeah. Hey, Brasilero Shelton, thanks for the super chase. I know, brother. I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Me too, man. But hell, let's go, man. John died almost 2 weeks ago, guys. January the 22nd, by the way. Here. I got the call about 3 p.m. Now all of a sudden, I've done all that I can. And I can't do any more. I tried to be the liaison, but they don't trust me, man. I've got a message from his daughter, man. It crushed me, man. It broke my heart in two. I'm like, who are these people? Because I don't know them, man. I don't know them. I knew John. I don't even know his girlfriend for real. I don't really know Janessa. I had a personal relationship with John. And that's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. But his daughter sends me an email, says, I just want you to know who you're dealing with. Man, it fucked me around, man. I'm sorry, man. That's all I'm telling you guys. It's sad, man, that I don't know, man. I'm done with it, though. No more benefit of the doubt. The man's over here. He's rotten. He's rotting. This isn't the United States where they got that real cold morgue and they hold your body for 2 weeks and then you have the burial and they say, oh, he looks like he's sleeping. I'd hate to see what John looks like right now. Okay. Mike C says, me personally, I already took care of all that cost if I'm out of my home state or out of the country. I have an insurance policy that would transport my body back to its burial place. And that's a great idea. John had money, guys. Don't get me wrong. John had money, but he was shrewd with his money. He was shrewd with it. And I just don't believe that he thought he was going to die. As a matter of fact, I knew he didn't think. Once he got to Changhua, man, his whole attitude changed. his whole emails changed to me. And I believe that's why he didn't give her the money just in case. He gave the 250,000, but he didn't do anything else. A fraud doctor of Shatten, Philippines. Yeah, I like Shatten, by the way. It's a little bit small town, man, right outside Dumaguete. About an hour outside Dumaguete, right? He said, John's a perfect example of what expats can expect to put their loved ones in by not making their own prepaid phone arrangements. The girlfriends don't give a crap once her ATM is dead. He said, that's true. Well, right now, man, nobody seems secure, really. The girl, I can honestly say, she loves John, but he didn't plan for that. That's a fact. Poopa says, yeah, but she's younger and she is no professional or lawyer or something like that. Well, remember, guys, I did that video. I said, why do the Philippines produce so many alpha Filipinas? And then I talked about the beta. Well, she's a beta. And some of you guys who love these beta women over here, these submissive, subservient women, man, it's a price you're going to have to pay. They can't get anything done. They're shy, they're bashful, they're just not going to get anything done, man. And you 8,000 miles from home, I don't want that. I'm sorry. I'll take all the other qualities that they got, but they don't have to be submissive and subservient. That's a red flag. And I just don't want that. Don't be wiping sweat off my brow, unless I asked you to, and all that old crazy stuff, because now you see it. Malibu Ken says, John been there for 3 weeks. Any idea how long they will keep him there? Not much longer, Malibu Ken, because of the COVID. People are still dying from COVID over here. The morgues are packed, man, full. I have no idea. My girlfriend said normally it's 30 days, but with COVID, she said it could be less. Who knows? You're dealing with the Philippines. Let me tell you something, guys, if you don't know this already. I don't care what country you coming from. When you step foot in these borders, you under Philippine law. There's nothing your embassy can do for you. You got to follow Philippine law. You can't circumvent it. You can't go around it. You can't supersede it. And this is what I'm trying to tell his family. They're not listening. I told him from day one, deal with Janessa. Give the money to her. She will get John's body out. That girl don't want nothing from John. She loved John's dirty jaws. She would kiss the ground he walked on, guys. I'm telling you. She don't want to steal nothing from him. She don't want nothing, guys. But because that was my buddy's girlfriend, if she ever needs anything and she lives somewhere close by me, I'm going to help her. But all that other stuff, man, I got an email from his daughter, man. It pissed me off, man. I don't have time for that. I'm trying to help, the family. Retired 2019 says, Calvin, you have done everything you can. Family and relationships are complicated. John deserves better. Handle your business, fellas, before you pass. Man, it's a great, thanks for the super chat, Retired 2019. Let me put this up here, man, because and he said, thanks for the super chat, Brazalero Shelton. He says, crazy, brother. John is not on here being one of the moderators. It's strange. Rest in peace, John. Yeah, I was getting ready to say his name today when I said, shout out to the NTZ. I see Jacob Tanjay on here, the Beach of Life. I was just getting ready to say, I'm sure John will be on here in a minute. But no. Jeffrey Taylor said, Calvin, you were a true friend of John. I don't think John would have had it any other way. Yeah, he gave me a list of people to contact and things to do in the event he died. I did that, man. And I did a little bit more. But I can't do any more, guys. I don't have any authorization or anything. Lynn 102 says that Michael McFarland holding on to his body, the hospital is betting that because he is an American that someone will come through with the money. Yeah, he's actually in the morgue now in the funeral, but the cards that they're holding, Lynn, is their death certificate. See, they can't do anything without that. Now, even though John died in the Philippines, they'll give him the death certificate. This is what my friend at the embassy told me. He said, Calvin, they got to get the death certificate from the hospital, and then the U.S. Embassy was certified for use in America or whatever country you live in. But they're not listening to me. They don't trust me. Gil Bellamy said, what happens when expats die in the Philippines? This is something we all need to plan for if we're going to retire there. Yeah, and I think most people have. John certainly had money, man. I'm telling you, John had, he did well. Saving, investing. The guy worked 3 jobs for 40 years. You know, John was, man, he was country, but he was sophisticated in a lot of ways, man. The man used to make furniture. He made guitars. He made his own beer and wine and liquor. John was complicated, man, but he was shrewd, man. He was cheap. You know, all he had to do before he went in there a day before on the way over there was say, hey, look, here's 500,000 pesos. If I don't make it, pay my bills and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm not listening. He said verbal agreements to help each other's expat buddies are useless, and the government not even listen to Bob's next of kin. John had no money, Calvin. Stop listening to lying, drunken expats. Wake up. No, John had money, man. I seen it with my own eyes. John bought a car cash. John had plenty of money. I'm sorry. He wasn't a lying, drunken. Come on, man. Get rid of this guy, man. Because I don't think he's for the good, guys. Get rid of him right here. Because I can't get rid of him on my end. You know, you ain't going to talk about the man like that. You don't even know John. And he said, what do you expect would happen? Well, with John talking to me and giving me those instructions, what I expected to happen was when I called them up and let them know what was going on, they was going to handle it. Okay? That's what I thought. Yeah, James B., thank you. I'm in my lane, guys. I promise you. I'm done with that. And because I don't sugarcoat and I don't have nothing to hide, everything's out here on the table, guys. I just wanted y'all to know where my mind is on that. I've thrown my hands up, man. Between her and them, I can't get any help, man. I can't do anything. And I just think we've done enough. So we can go on and talk about tickets again, guys. I hope and pray that John's body's able to get cremated. I hope that when that money, you know, when they GoFundMe, you know, expires, they send that money over to Janessa and let her, you know, take care of John's last you know, will and testament, whatever it was. Michael Miller said, Calvin, I believe if it had been John's girlfriend that passed, John would have been on top of it, no matter how much the loss hurt. Yeah, absolutely. He was giving the young lady 12,000 pesos a month, you know, which is a good job over here, and she didn't have to work. Lynn says if they can pay a crooked Filipino lawyer that has connections, they can get the body. Money talks with the Philippines, no regulations whatsoever. You know that's fact. That's fact. That's 100% fact. And she knows that. She knows that. And that's what my girlfriend was telling us. See, if this situation was turned around, I wouldn't be in there. I'd be ashes already. Because this is an alpha I'm living with. This is an alpha Filipino. She knows how to get things done. She knows who to talk to. And she's not afraid to go out there and get it done. You know. Yeah, this is something that I'm trying to put together, Mike. He said, I think it would be cool to have a live stream with a health professional, lawyer, insurance agent and discuss how expats can prepare for life in the Philippines and how to prepare. Just a thought. Yeah, it's really not that difficult. You prepare over here the same way you prepare at home. But remember, let me remind you that I say this all the time. If it's not important to you at home, it's not going to be important to you over here. You're going to have some epiphany when you get off the plane over here and say, oh, you know what? I'm not going to self-insure. See, John was a big guy on self-insuring. I did a video because of a discussion me and him had before. And I said, man, I don't think I don't think that's a good thing over here. Calvin, that's the best answer ever. Who knows? You're dealing with the Philippines. Well, this is a, not only is it a unicorn, this is a zebra over here, man. I don't understand. He said, hopefully the family is not being sued as well. I think, and hopefully have animosity that John wanted to live the rest of his life in paradise. They may not send any money. That's effed up. Yeah, you got to understand where his family's from, man. They're from the hills of West Virginia, Northern Ohio. I mean, they're strong Trump supporters, which doesn't mean anything, guys. Let's don't get on that, okay? But it just lets you know their sort of thinking. All right? So when it comes to people like me and like Janessa, all right, I'll put it like that. See, John was a racist, man. Let me tell you something. I broke through with that, though, with John. Okay, I showed him that, man, look, all this stuff you grew up with, man, it's full of shit, man. You know, it doesn't matter what the color of somebody's skin is. But yeah, man, me and John, when we get over there at McDonald's, man, we have some drag out arguments, man, on his views and mine, man, because we were like night and day, man. What brought us close together was our love for the Philippines. But we were like night and day. And I can just imagine, you know. But I was right about it. His daughter told me. She said, yeah, you're right. She said, this is the reason why I don't get along with my family, she said, because I'm not a racist asshole. That's her words, not mine. But John became my friend. He became like my brother, man. I broke through that. And it's, you know, and you got to give people their opinions, you know, and, you know, I respected that about him. Hey, Iskandari TV, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, maybe we can meet up end of February. I'm going to Cebu to check on my apartment there, see if there's any damages. Cal, maybe you should tell them the reason why the family are dragging their feet. You know, well, the daughter sent me an email. We're going to go on after this, guys. And she said, Calvin, I want you to know who you're dealing with. You know, my brother, who was on with my show last week, by the way, and my mother said that you're just some nigga who John got mixed up with over there. That I'm nobody. And then they said, talking about Janessa, that bitch, the gravy train is over for that bitch. You know, and I'm like, why would, you know, it just came out of nowhere. It really crushed me, man. You know, was I shocked? No. But it you know, after all I've done, you know, I thought that maybe they thought a little bit more of me than that. But I don't care. It's none of my business what they think. But I'm done with that. Pumpkin Joe said my wife was beta when we met. I told her, you need to assert yourself sometimes to get things done. When there's an issue, deal with it then. Don't wait being shy and hope it resolves itself. Man, this is perfect. Thank you, brother, for this. And it's true, man. It's true, guys. You know, some of you guys, y'all like that, but I'm going to tell you in the end, you're going to regret that. Because you got women over here, alphas, who do the same things as a beta, except they can get things done. I don't want somebody that can't get anything done for me. They're scared, of their own damn shadow. The hell with that, man. That drives me crazy. Me and my ex used to fall out all the time. I'm like, this is your country. She'd be afraid to ask the taxi drivers or people on the street for directions. I'm like, no, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with it. He said, I used to look for John on every live. Now he's no longer here. Yeah, it messed me up, Lynn. You know, I've told my girlfriend this morning, we laying in bed before I got up. I said, it's like a member of my family died. I mean, really, you know, put a damper on my time over here, man. It's like I had a brother or somebody died. John was that much a part of our lives. I mean, we saw him all the time. He's over here every week to do that show. I just wish now that it's kind of funny being selfish. I'm like, man, I wish I didn't know him so well. I hate when somebody close to me dies, man. And death is no joke, man. It messes you up. And I just feel so sorry for John because he deserved better than what he got. He wasn't ready to die. John was 61. He had enough money to last him for the rest of his life. He was happy over here. He just ended up choosing the wrong hospital when he had his heart attack. Moochie T says, well, Calvin, you have done what you can. You don't need the extra stuff. The family can always handle it that way. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, man, because it's kept me up at night, brother. Hey, chasing my sanity, says Calvin the realist. God bless with everything going on, brother. I truly pray everything works out with all this aftermath stuff. Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. David S. says, when you cannot even depend on your kids to act right when a man dies, it's sad. They need to follow John's wishes ASAP. It's disgusting to see the lack of action from his family. I'm shocked, man. I'm really shocked. But I don't know where all that's coming from. See, I don't know his family. I really can't speak for them. I don't even know his girlfriend, really. I had a relationship with John. I knew John. We got to know each other over these last 16 months. Hey, Skip in L.A., Skip in LA. Thanks for the super chaser. God bless, Calvin. Yeah, Lynn's not going to come on the live stream. I would love to have Lynn on here. She's so smart, man. She knows a lot about this place. She's a Filipino. She just, you know, she immigrated to America. The total cost due to the hospital at the time, now it goes up every day. Well, I think he's out of that morgue now, so it's not going up every day. It's $344,230 pesos, about $7,000. Hey, Gleason Baker, what's going on? And him and Johnny got tight. They were exchanging emails and stuff like that. John related, a lot of y'all related to John, you know, being where he was from and everything, you know. And John, like I said, he was authentic. He says, Bill Nichols says, John was generous, his problems would be over, but you cannot move to the Philippines with 500,000 pesos, too little. No, John had a lot of money, man. John had over $1 million. John had plenty of money. And he, like I said, he bought the car. The car was like, he spent $14,000. They eventually gave him like $1,000 back. But John wasn't no joke when it came to saving and investing. John was no joke, man. If he gave you advice, it would be good for you to follow it. He says, how's Baby Denise doing? Any updates? Yeah, Baby Denise is strong and looking good as ever. I posted a memory on my Facebook the other day, and people were responding. But her mother's self-sufficient now and is really doing good. I think she got 2 Axie accounts. You know, we set her up with her own Sorry store. I think she's met American boyfriend who's, you know, helping them out and everything. So, yeah, their life is so much more better thanks to us, guys, you know, and that's what, you know, I tried to do. That's all we can ask for. But yeah, she's totally different. If you go back and look at the first video when I met them, her and the mother just looked, there was no hope, man. If I wouldn't have showed up when I did, I promise you, I don't think that little baby would be here. I don't think baby Denise would be here. Hey, Ike Charles, he said, Cal, remember you too blessed to be stressed. You're right, man. I mean, I can't, you know, what's that serenity prayer? I say it, man, over and over, man, in different situations like this. Erlyn Gobb says, hey, sad situation with the family, but you reap what you sow. Thankfully, John had a great friend in you and loved by this community. Rest in peace. Yeah, this community really loved John. Lynn, because Calvin just said John's daughter said her mother and brother called Cal N-word. Yeah, he did. He said, Calvin, I just want you to know who you're dealing with. He said, I watched your live stream, and I just want you to know what they really think of you. They said that you're just a nigga that daddy got mixed up with over in the Philippines. That's all they think of me. And they called you, they said, Janessa, the bitch, the gravy train's over for the bitch. You know, and I don't care about that type of stuff, man. You know, that stuff doesn't bother me. That's all I'm saying. But it's just crazy that I never knew any of that stuff because I don't know his family. Moochie T said racism in 2022 cannot and should not be tolerated. John seemed like a good man, very disappointed in the family's attitude. Yeah, you know, but people are people, man. You know, you can't really. I can't control that, and that's why I don't get involved in it. It's good to know though how people think. I'd rather deal with people like that I know than for somebody to smile in my face and stab me behind my back. He said, holy shite, Calvin. I'm so sorry to hear that after you hosted his son on your show. They said that racist nonsense. It's best you bail on his family. Just help Janessa. You know John would want that. Yeah, that's why I said I'm going to help her no matter what. I don't know. This is what I don't know, Michael, because remember, I'm not a member of the family. No one's telling me anything. I've been kept in the dark. Everything we've done, we just did out of the goodness of our heart. And I love and respect for John and, of course, his girlfriend. We didn't, go into this knowing anything like that. It's just how it is, guys. Let's see. He said, Gil Bellamy, if you're flying out of L.A. to Powell County, Atlanta is always so long. I flew into L.A. from Atlanta in 2015. I was Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield sent me out there for some training. And I ended up, I think it was called Newberry. It's about maybe an hour outside of L.A., a swanky place. You know, the Walmart was, the nicest Walmart I'd ever seen. But I flew into, and I didn't fly out of there. I caught a, believe it or not, because my anxiety got to messing with me around 2015. I was afraid to get on the plane to come back because I was convinced it was going to crash. So what I did, this is how crazy I was at that time. I bought an Amtrak ticket and I rode the Amtrak from LA to Chicago. It took me 3 days, man. And, my wife at the time, Filipino, she didn't understand that. She's like, I thought you were supposed to be home on Monday. I ended up getting home like Thursday night. But I tell you, it was an experience, man. If you've never rode train before, Amtrak especially, it's comfortable, man. Even in the regular seats. I think I paid like $270. Man, you see the America from from LA all the way to Chicago, Wyoming, and all them places, Arizona. Man, some beautiful, beautiful places. And then they've got that glass, they've got that viewing car that's all clear glass where you just sit there and you can see, 360 degrees, man. It's beautiful, but yeah, I wasn't right, man. Yeah, Luis Martinez said the daughter just wants to spread hate. That doesn't work here. We help each other. I'm staying out of it, man. Just, I don't know why. Hey, Charles Colton, he said, hi, Calvin. Thanks for the good things you do in the fields. I hope to meet you soon. Thank you. And by the way, the Philippines D-Day is February 10th. If you get here, man, and after you've already settled down and everything, and your Filipinos happy to see you, I've got all that out of the way, and you somewhere in my area, man, you want to go out to dinner, go to the beach, hang out for a little while, man, just hit me up on the Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page, on, any of my comments, my email, man, I'd be happy to meet some of you guys. That's another good thing about it opening. I'm going to finally get to meet some of you guys face to face. Let's see. Well, let me go on. Yeah, let's move on from this topic. I hear you, man. It's stressful, guys, really. Okay, he says 007, The Matrix 007. Wow, that's a good name. He said, I digress here, but I'm thinking Phil's opening has got to do with them believing herd immunity had set in. Well, it has in Metro Manila. I mean, they've got like over 90% vaccinated. But remember, the Philippines is more than Manila. Once you get outside Manila, man, it's a whole different story. It's a lot of people here that haven't been vaccinated. But in Metro Manila, yeah, they're way up there, like 90-something%. And it's like over 13 million people up there, to be honest with you. The problem here was they didn't have the vaccines. Once the vaccines got here, man, the government got on it, man. I got to tip my hat to them, man. They got behind it and said, look, they had vax to the max. They've had several programs. Right now, if I wanted the booster, I could just go right around to the waterfront right now and get a booster. It's no big deal, man. Red Horse Adventure said the family's response tells you all you need to know why he left the U.S. That toxicity is so bad, it's best to get away from it ASAP. They are letting the man's body rot. Disgusting. Buck, what's up, Buck? Thanks for the super chaser, Cal. Did you change your mind about my little room or what? And when will it be ready if you didn't? Yeah, see, I've got her brother here now. Let me see. Probably, it could be later on today. I may have an update on the wall, but I'm trying to wait till he does all the skim coat because it looks sharp. But once he's done with this wall, he's going to start on the guest house. I want to keep him busy, because he's highly sought after. If I just take 1 or 2 days off, which I wanted to take 30 days off, but I'm not going to be able to because somebody's going to snatch him up. I'm going to go ahead and give him a budget to do that room, Buck. But your room's already back there, by the way. Oh, man. He said, Calvin, you're a good guy. Let's talk about what beaches do you love over there. That's a great idea. If you whether you fly into Cebu or Manila, Palawan is only a 35, 40-minute flight away. You've got to go to Puerto Princesa, Palawan. You've got to go to Coron, Palawan. Some of the most beautiful beaches, I'm not just saying it, guys, in the whole entire world. And if you don't want to go there, if people got you spooked about Palawan, go to Boracay. If you come to the Philippines, you don't go to Boracay, man, you ought to kick yourself. I don't care how long you're here. Go to Boracay, man. It's a sight for sore eyes, man. But there's so many once-in-a-lifetime destinations here, retired 2019, that you can't possibly see it all in your lifetime. Certainly in 2 weeks, you can't do it. It's a waste of time. So I would say if I flew into Cebu and I couldn't make it to Boracay or Palawan, I would certainly go to either Camotes Island, Bantayan Island, Malapascua. I would go to Panglao, Bohol, which is Alona Beach, which is like a 1.5 hour boat ride from Cebu. It's so many places in Cebu. Oslo, if you got the heart and you can swim alongside the whale sharks, these big gigantic whale sharks, people do it. They don't bother you. They take just unbelievable videos and pictures. I wish I had the heart to do it, but I'm not. I'm a chicken when it comes to that, because wild animals, I don't trust them. And just him breathing in the wrong time is going to suck you in his mouth. I've seen it but yeah, man. But if you're somewhere around me, this is a promise to any of my subscribers that come here. And Sikihor Island has opened up. We can go there together, man, and we can chill, man. And you'll be like, damn, it's secluded, it's isolated, it's beautiful, and there's nobody there. It's like having your own island. Okay. Mark Jackson says, I always fly to Manila out of San Francisco. I live in North Carolina. And that's a good idea, guys. Believe it or not. And that's what I just said earlier, Mark. I said, if you guys really want to save some money, just fly out to LA or San Francisco and catch a non-stop to the Philippines. Hey, Sam Champion, it's Calvin. Been with your channel for a year as of next week. You had less than 4,000 subscribers. Most likely within the next week, you will hit 30,000. That's worthy of a huge celebration. Proud of you, brother. Thank you, Sam, man. And I couldn't do it without people like you, man, my viewers and subscribers. I think I hit on something, man, with this rat race and this hamster wheel. People are tired. They want something different. And I think that's the reason my channel gained traction. And I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing, man. It's not going to do you any good. I'm not going to make this place out to be something it's not. The Philippines doesn't need me to hype it up. It's already a great place already. Nothing I can do, but I don't want you to come over here and see something that's not over here. But thank you, Sam, man. I'm blown away too, man. When I hit that 30,000, it's going to be emotional, man, really. When I hit 1,000, it was emotional. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. I had 359 subscribers when I started. YouTube owed me like $53 or something like that, right? But my threshold was $100. I had to get it up to 100 to get that. So I said, okay, I just start making some videos. Maybe I'll get 1,000. But see, I didn't realize that. No, let me take that back. I said, I'll make some videos. Maybe I'll get that extra $40-something. But I didn't realize that YouTube had changed the parameters totally. It's almost, man, you got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours to monetize your channel, man. Oh, my God. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty far from Iligan City. Iligan City is northern Mindanao. Now, what I could do, the closest thing for me to get to Iligan would probably be to fly into Cagayan de Oro. And then I think Iligan's like 60 kilometers from Cagayan de Oro. Jacob Tanja says, the Sam Champion, I hear you. I've seen exceptional growth too. And I appreciate it, man. I never ever take that type of stuff for granted. Yusuf says, I'm confused. Did John Jr. have a falling out with Calvin, or is it only the other family members? I don't know. I really don't. I'm done with that, man. We've done all we can, guys. we sent John off well, and that's the best we can do, guys. I'm not going to be taken advantage of, and I'm not going to be used, and I'm not going to be disrespected. Hey, Jim, what's going on? Robin says, I just purchased my ticket. Where you flying from, Robin, if you don't mind asking? I'm going to tell you something. I love Delta too, Ronald, believe it or not. And I used to only fly Delta. Now, the first time I came over here, because I used the travel agency, I flew Korean Airlines, fell in love with it, but I accumulated all my my air miles with Delta, and they bumped me up. The only time I've ever flown in first class was on Delta, and both times I was coming back from Manila, and it's like night and day. If you've never, because a guy was telling me yesterday, Franz Pracio Jr., we chat all the time. He said, I'm 6'5". He said, I'm 6'5", Calvin. He said, I don't want to go in. He said, I got a bad back. He says, so I'm going to fly business class or first class. And I said, man, if you can afford it, why not? Because if I could afford it, I would. Because it makes the trip totally different, man. I was back in the States like that. When you riding in comfort like that. I mean, they're at your beck and call. There's no set time to eat. You eat the whole time. I mean, you got the latest newspapers. They hang your coat up for you. You got your own TV, the bed. You got it all, man. I mean, real pancakes, real silverware. And the guy next to me got drunk, man, because they just kept on bringing him, top quality wine, liquor, spirits. Yeah. If you can afford it, why not, man? He said over 50% of the Philippines is vaccinated. Yeah, in Manila, it's way up there. Okay, good. Yeah, they're at level 2 now. And that's good. So if you're coming from Manila to here, then you won't need the swab test. It's only if you're coming from an alert 3 area, which Dumaguete right now is alert 3. And I would have to say that for the Philippines to open up to foreigners and open up their borders, they're going to have to get rid of all this alert stuff, just like they got rid of the color coding and all of that. They're going to have to be done with this alert stuff too. I only fly the Asian carriers now, though. I used to fly Delta early on, but Jason Will says I worked in the airline industry. The Asian carriers are best. Singapore ranks first, then EVA, Cathay, Japan Airlines, Korean Airlines, Asiana, similar. PAL is okay. Only advantage is they have that direct flight. Yeah, I only fly the Asian airlines now. But early on, I did do Delta because they gave me that, the airline. I became a Sky Miles member is what they call it. Magnolia State said, what's the best deal you guys are finding for flights? Dean Thompson was on here. He didn't say where he was flying from. Or did you, Dean? He got 617, but it's one way with a $34 throwaway ticket to Taipei. Oh, absolutely. He said, but people in the Philippines are way more obedient than in the States. Yeah, there's a lot. You're going to notice here, there's a lot of order here. It's almost as if, I told my girlfriend this, it's almost as if they treat you like you're in the first grade. They do. But that doesn't mean, that's not negative. That's just the way I see it as a Westerner coming over here. I mean, they give you direct instructions on everything. It's like you're in the first grade. He said, respect Calvin, how are we going to keep Buck out of trouble when he shows up? Well, you ain't got to worry about that. One of these young ladies over here Buck's going to be like, it's going to be like taking candy from a baby. I just want to see Buck crying at the airport. Hey, Benny G, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. He said, Calvin, if it wasn't for you and your channel, John's tragic death would only be mourned by a few. We were fortunate to get to know him through your channel. Yeah, there was only one John, man. I'll never replace him. There'll never be a sunshine, shoe shine, or anything like that, guys. You know, that's gone, and I was better for it, man. You know, he really added something to my channel, man, that no other channel had. And there's no sense in me trying to replace that. I'll do something different, but I won't replace that, Benny. No. They said I'm changing the guest house to quarantine headquarters. Now, this, I'm not going to, you know, I gave him a budget. It's going to be like $5,000, which is not a lot of money, guys. But I'm not going to spare an expense to that. You see the split aircon unit, that's going to be in there like that. That's only, this was, I got a deal on this one. This is only 1 horsepower. And that's all it's going to need over there is 1 horsepower. Believe it or not. And so it cost me about, let's see, almost $100 less than the 1.5 horsepower that I have in the living room. Buck, thanks for the super chaser. Calvin is a hater of Buck. You always got jokes. No, I'm just saying, the guy said, how are we going to keep you out of trouble? There's going to be a woman over here that's going to keep you out of trouble. Oh, yeah, thanks, CD. He said, I've been to El Nido. I didn't even, that's another place. I'm sorry. But where did you do your honeymoon at Skandari Television? El Nido? I mean, you know, Palawan, like I said, they've got some of the nicest beaches in the world. I didn't say it. The people who, you know, follow that kind of stuff, who keep up with that kind of stuff, said it. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never been to Palawan, but if it's as nice as Glen in the southern tip of the Sarangani province, it's the southernmost tip of the Philippines, man. It just has to be a nice place because that's really a nice place. I said, where's Rudy, Cal? Rudy probably didn't know I had a show today. Rudy's getting ready to come over here. Remember, Rudy's only in Guam, man. He's chomping at the bit to get over here. Yeah, that's what I chalk it up to, Michael. I have to agree with you on that. Roger and Ismail the vlog says, hit the like button, guys. They say, George Mr. Calvin, the Philippines government should hire you as their tourist ambassador for life. They should be grateful to you for all the free promotions you're doing for your YouTube channel. Hey, thanks, man. But it's kind of my way of giving back for what this place has done for me, man. It changed my whole life. I was in a bad way mentally when I got here, man. And that's why, you know, it kind of hurt me when my ex went back to America. She knew my situation. And, you know, I mean, I can't blame her, though. You know, she has to do what's best for her. It's all about self-preservation at the end of the day. And as long as you remember that when you come over here, you're not gonna have any problems with whoever you meet or whatever. Lynn says, Palawan is beautiful. I traveled there with my little one and we felt safe. People are very humble. Yeah, it's just that Abu Sayyaf had set Palawan as like a feeding ground for them, because especially for foreigners who are on these. See, Palawan, if you look at Palawan on the map, it's along that Sulu Sea. And that's what makes it kind of dangerous. You know, I wouldn't stay anywhere near that water. I certainly wouldn't be on a boat. Okay. And I'll say this before I get off here. They had started that crazy stuff over in Bohol, but the Philippine government got wind of it and got rid of them. They were going to go to these islands where people wouldn't suspect them to be and start kidnapping, but you don't have any worries about being kidnapped over here, guys. I would stay off those boats, though, because especially around that Sulu Sea, because that's where they are. That's their territory. Hey, Ron Bizzle. I saw you on here earlier, and I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, Ron Bizzle said, I'm sorry, Buck, my bad. Went to the kitchen. But yeah, guys, I got it sorted out, Moochie. It's they got my passport and everything in Dumagetti right now. I'm ready for them to send it back. The lady just didn't want to do her job, man. See, one thing you're gonna notice now, and Lynn can vouch for me here. It's just something about over here in this society where people don't want it. They will never admit they're wrong. It's hard for them to admit that they're wrong over here. And that's her situation. So, she let me out of there. Hey, TJ Johnson, he said, thanks for the super chat. He said, flying in the first week of March to see my girl and for a March 12th wedding. ANA first class coming in, Singapore bids going out. Waitlisted for Singapore first. Wow. Yeah. Now, see, TJ, I wish you would have a channel, man, because this guy's swanky, man. I tell you, he could have a great channel. He'd be like Robin, what's that guy's Robin's name? The Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. TJ Johnson could have like a Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous type of channel. I would follow it, man. Because I've never known anybody to fly first class, just go out and buy a first class ticket. I'd like to see what that's all about, booking it and all that. I've flown twice, coming back, but I got bumped up. Michael Miller said, Calvin John reminds me of the movie The Watermelon Man and the book Black Like Me. People let their guard down behind closed doors and reveal their true colors when they think no one's listening. Yeah, I have to agree with you. Roderick Lee said, good day, Sunshine Shoulders, new to the channel. Welcome, brother, and thanks for your support. I just kind of broke through John's situation. You can't control how people were raised. And, all that. It's a lot of misinformation going on out there, man. And, I just try to use it as a teaching moment. And I think I got through to John, man, because me and John became close, man. He says you can bet Andy Omar's on here with one of his bogus usernames. Probably. But, I'm going to give Andy Omar a good shout out. When my channel first started out, he gave me a good shout out, man. He gave me a lot of his subscribers. And I want to say this about him. If he made the decision to go rogue and make those, attacking videos, but if he would have made regular videos like I make, Andy Omar would have 50,000 subscribers. I'm just telling you, man. It's how much he knew about the Philippines and the whole situation over here. He decided to go rogue. And, there's a price for that. But I got to give him credit, man. When I first started, and I guess he did it to set me up, He gave me a good shout out, man, and told people to follow my channel. And I've got people on here now because of him. But it was his decision to go rogue. And that guy walked up on him, which eventually all the people out there with all these negative, they're going to get their comeuppance over here. Somebody's going to walk up on them and, they're going to have to put up a shut up. You can't have behind the computer screen and keep on doing that, taking jabs at people. That's what happened to him. He's just lucky that the guy that ran up on him was who he was. He took it easy on Andy. There's some guys on here that would have beat his ass if they'd have ran up on him, man. Oh, okay. This is an easy question. He said, brother, how you rank the Philippines from 1 to 10 compared to the countries you've been to? It's number one in my humble opinion. And I've been around the world. I've been in some great places, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And the reason it's number one, because I'm welcome here. I'm genuinely welcomed here in the Philippines. With all the other stuff, I'm genuinely welcome. You are going to be genuinely welcomed here because there's beautiful beaches everywhere. There's beautiful people everywhere, but, you got that low cost of living. But, man, listen, when you come over here and those people are smiling at you at the airport and on the street, it's legit, man. It's genuine. And that's what makes the Philippines number one. They don't bother you here. Man, listen, if you go to America, it's always on some video where you got some Spanish-speaking people in line in Walmart or Kmart, and somebody turns around and says, hey, look, you in America, speak English or whatever. They don't do that over here. They don't force you to learn the language, the traditions, the culture. They don't do it. They leave you alone and let you enjoy this place to your heart's content, as long as you respect the people and the culture. That's why the Philippines is number one, man. I've been to, I've been through the Suez Canal. I've been, you name it, man. I've been to Israel, Italy, France, Africa, all over South America, basically, Mexico, Central America. And the Philippines ranks number one because of that. Hey, thanks, Arvo Hedrick, for the super sticker. He says, El Nido was awesome. Be careful. Take Air Swift into El Nido. Book your shuttle before you get there. Don't fly into Puerto Princesa unless you are staying there. Save yourself an 8-hour bus ride to El Nido. Wow. See, this is why I like my channel. And Arvo Hedrick, by the way, is the guy who gave me the information on the Momondo, MOMONDO.com website. He says he gets cheaper business class tickets on Turkish Air and Qatar Air, flying into Manila or Clark. Thank you, Arvo, for the information. But hey, guys, I got to get off of here. If for some reason they lift the travel restrictions, I'll be in the Cebu in the mountains because, man, that first house is really, they're really making progress on it, man. You guys are going to be shocked. And I'm so happy, the young lady who is my son's uncle's wife, she can't believe it. It's the house right behind the main house, and you saw that house they were living in. She's just beside herself, man. It's like she's speechless. She never imagined having a house like that. And it's only costing $1,000, guys, And that gives me a source of pride, because that's my son's people. And I can't just walk past them like I didn't see what happened to them. And I'm going to do a lot of updates on that, man, once this thing opens up. And if you get a chance to go to Naga City, not talking about up in those mountains, but Naga City, it's like maybe a 45-minute bus ride from Cebu. Go to Naga City, man. It's a nice little place. Beautiful waterfront that they fixed up, that they were fixing up in 2010 when I met my son's mother. But now it's all the way there now. It's really nice. But yeah, I got to get off here. Thanks so much, man, for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up, all your help with John, man, for his family and Janessa. I really, really appreciate that, guys. But we've done enough. We're at the end with that, guys, okay? Anything that came in here today for John is going to her, but we did raise 102,000 pesos for her, and she's going to get every penny of it. We've already gave her 67,000 in her hand. The other 35 I'll do tomorrow when the banks are open. But stay safe, man. Stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Look for an update on the gate. Her brother, man, has just done a sensational job on this gate. It's almost done with the white skim coat. He's going to paint it But he wouldn't even have to paint it. Watch when you see it. But he's going to paint it anyway. Thank y'all so much, man. Take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. I'll see you next time.